Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Hope everybody is having a wonderful night or day, depending on where you are and when you're watching this. So tonight we're going to continue with another chunk of my giant book haul. And tonight I am going to be doing point horror. So along with my collection of Goosebumps, I started collecting point horror as well. Some of these were actually hard to get my hands on, but some of them, they're really simple to get. Some of them I had to wait a few months, but I'm really excited about the first two that I'm going to share with you because I've literally been waiting for months for these and I finally got it. So here we go. Let's talk about point horror. Okay, so the first two books that I'm going to share with you, these two were so hard to get. But of course, when ThriftBooks.com, which I love so much, when they had their buy one, get one free, and I went absolutely berserk, I think I ended up with about 60 books. I couldn't remember if it was between 60 and 80, but once I started counting, I think it's closer to 60. But I finally got my hands on these two. This is in the Fear Street collection. This is by R.L. Stine, of course. I finally got my hands on Silent Night 1 and Silent Night 2. And I'm very super excited for these because when Christmas rolls around, for some reason, I have to read Christmas horror. I have to. It's in my blood. So let's zoom in here. Sorry about the glare. So there's that one, and there's this one. Now, if my memory serves me correct, I think there's one more in this collection, and eventually I'll get that too. I have a feeling that I'm going to have to pay a hefty price for that one because that one was running in the $25 range when I wanted it. So I'm hoping that maybe I can luck out and get one that's used and not too battered up. And if I can get between $5 and $10, I will grab it up. The next one that I'm going to share with you, I had my eyes on for a really long time. Now, some of these I'm actually going to read the synopsis to you because they're short on the back. And by the time I get around to reading this, I probably won't remember it anyway. So we're going to read. This is by Carolyn Cooney. And this is called The Perfume. And on the front, it says, "The sweet smell of evil. Dove doesn't want to buy the perfume. She doesn't like its scent. And its name frightens her. But somehow she can't help herself. It's almost as if something or someone inside her is forcing her to try it. Dove was always a nice person, a sweet and gentle girl on whom friends could rely. Until now. Because when Dove puts on the perfume, she unleashes a part of herself that's been locked away her whole life. It's a second self that she never knew existed, and it's evil." So when I saw the cover, I bought it for the cover. I didn't even read the synopsis until just now. So this is what the perfume looks like. And I love point horror because these are super short. This is 164 pages. So you can pretty much knock one of these out in a few hours. So get my TBR list going and get some book reading done. Right now, my reading game is kind of low because I've switched my jobs and I'm stressed and I come home and I want to de-stress and honestly I just don't feel like reading at the moment, but I'll come out of the slump. It'll be fine. Okay, the next one in my point horror is R.L. Stine Beach Party. Now I'm not ordering these in order, but eventually they will become in order because yeah, of course I plan on getting every one of them. Who am I if I don't get the whole collection, guys? So there's that one. Now, this one intrigued me. If you watched my last video, I just did a video on The Woman in the Window, and I was so excited about that book. So when I seen this point horror called The Window, I grabbed it. So this is what it looks like. This next book is by Carolyn B. Cooney. It says The Vampire's Promise, Deadly Offer. Now this one, I actually ordered something else, and it was so long ago, I don't remember what it was, and this came in its replace. So I'm hoping that this is okay, but we'll find out. Well, I'm going to go ahead and read the synopsis to you. A promise that can't be broken. Aletha is nobody who wants to be somebody. She wants to be noticed, to have friends, and be a part of the popular crowd. Then she meets the vampire who lives in the circular tower in her house. The vampire says that he can make her popular, more popular than she's ever imagined she could be. And all Aletha has to do is accept his offer. It's a simple arrangement with evil consequences. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I'm not making deals with the devil to be popular, but we'll see how this comes along. I do want to add more vampire into my collection, so this will be a little nice, easy addition. So I'm actually excited to read this one. The next book is by R.L. Stine. This is called Blind Date. I love the cover of this. Now, I'm looking at the back. Let me show you what the back looks like. Stalker vibes, right? She would kill for him. Carrie had a pretty rough year. First, he got into a car accident, and his brother disappeared. Next, he broke his leg of the star quarterback on his own football team. Then he started getting weird threats. Things aren't going too great for Carrie until a phone call. It's the hottest voice he's ever heard. "Hi, Carrie," she said. "I'm your blind date." She had to be a fox, and Carrie was sure she sounded crazy about him. Too bad he didn't know how right he was. Okay, crazy vibes, y'all. Crazy vibes. Stalker and crazy vibes. Y'all remember that movie, The Crush? That's how I feel. Reading that, that's exactly how I feel. So there is that one. Just got a couple more. Don't want to make this video too long. This one is by Diane Ho. This is The Train. I love the cover of this. I'm going to zoom in so you can see. It's a one-way ticket to terror. Yeah. That's going to be a spooky read. That may be a Halloween read for me. We'll see though. The next one is called The Lifeguard. Don't call for help. He may just kill you. Isn't that comforting? So of course we got the buff dude, and he's a whack job. So there's that one. I've got two more. This one I'm actually going to read because I like the cover of it so much. This one is called Mirror, Mirror by D.E. Atkins. Don't look now. Dora's pretty. She's got a good-looking guy, very understanding parents, and such a devoted best friend. But she wants more, of course. So when her new friend Lucy offers Dora a chance to have it all, Doris decides to take it. Now Dora is a real beauty, and only Dora knows that beauty is also the beast. That almost sounds like that other book. If you want something, you got to make a wild, crazy exchange for it. That one's going to be a little interesting because I'm going to be really interested to see what she sees when she looks into this mirror, what her reflection is going to be described as. So I'm going to be excited for that one. And the very last one, this one is kind of short. I'll go ahead and read this on the back. This is another R.L. Stine. This is called The Beach House. Don't go near the water. Maybe I need to read this back to back with The Lifeguard. Swim, sunbathe, die. Wow. Makes me never want to go to the beach. The sun is hot, the water is cold, and the kids are cool. Too cool to live, because a killer is stalking them one by one. A killer who never leaves a clue, who disappears as completely as a footprint in the sand. A killer who has found a very special place in the sun for someone very special. It's going to be interesting. So yeah, I like that cover though. So yeah, guys, that is my point horror. I actually made another little cube over there because my stack is kind of getting big, which I'm excited about. I just really been loving vintage books lately. So any kind of older book, vintage horror, Agatha Christie, point horror, Goosebumps, anything that's super vintage or just looks vintage on the cover, I am loving at the moment, and I just want to collect everything. So yeah, guys, tell me what you think in the comments. Have you read any of these books? How big is your collection? If you've made it this far, I appreciate you hanging out with me. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button. Let's be friends. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next video.